All right, and we're back. We got our wet sanding done. Went over with wet 600 and got in all the grooves and everything. I got a hard block and soft blocks. I'll show you those here in a second. But you can see we got a little metal showing through and a little filler through here. You see a little low spot right there. But back of the cab, not gonna matter. But in through here looks really good. We got a little spot right there. But you see our body line come back really nice that we were looking for. This one looks really good, comes down to our little seam. Here's one of my blocks here. I'll show you the blocks I'm using. A soft block gets around your edges like that. Something like around this edge here, because otherwise you have a hard block that gets your big flat areas nice and level. Don't use a soft block on a flat area, you'll just dig in. And then I didn't use this, but that's for going around edges too. Usually on a dry stuff, I didn't use it. But you see that turned out nice. We got it all masked off. Everything's how it should be. I got the door open so we can get to our rocker panel all the way up across there. We got all the way across here. This piece right here is just for our undercoating we're gonna be using. Here's a test panel just off an old cab corner. You see the texture. I'm gonna spray this, immediately pull this off to help it kind of blend down a little bit so it doesn't have such a hard line. But I'm gonna put the undercoat on this and we'll see you before sealer. All right, we got our sealer on and we used a darker colored sealer because it helps match your paint. So you don't want to use a lighter gray sealer on a darker vehicle like this. So this is the darkest stuff I have on hand. But we got our sealer up to there. We went a little higher than I wanted to, but there's some stuff up there that I know. And then we gotta get our color up to here because I see some scratches. So, and you'll see this guy out like this, and we'll keep going up with our color. Black is black, so it matches. So all we have to do is get up to this guy right here. But that's gonna give us overspray up to about here. So we're gonna clear, and our second coat is gonna go up under there. Now it's scuffed up halfway across that paper. So I'll have to buff down a little bit to get rid of our scuff marks, but we wanna keep our clear this side of our scuff marks. You don't want to put clear up past where you didn't scuff anything, otherwise it's just going to flake right back off. So that's why that's there, is to give us a little bit of a edge so we can drift our gun up, and it'll spray a little bit up under there, and that'll give us an easier line to buff with. That way you don't have a hard line you're trying to sand down and then buff down to. And here's what our hood looks like. So we got all that done up across here, and then we'll start with our black right after this. So I'll go mix some up. You can kind of see it's still wet. You see it's drying across the edge there. I just got done spraying it here. Gloves. So we'll give another 10-15 minutes. It's pretty humid. We're looking at 78 degrees and 68% humidity. So it's gonna take a little bit longer, and it just sprinkled a little bit outside too. So it's about to rain, so it's gonna get even worse too. So that's where we're at, and we'll get ready for color. Okay, and we got our first coat of color on. You can see we got it up to about right there. Down around, we come up. You can still see we're light on paint around here, so we know we didn't get it past there. We got down into here and forward to about right here, it looks like. You can see the line right there, and there's where some more color is gonna go. So our second coat is gonna go out further. And then up on our hood, you can see how far we got. We got about halfway across the hood. You can see the hazy line where it didn't go. And this is just a coat to color. Words are hard. This was the coat just to cover the sealer we put on. So we're gonna end up painting this whole hood. Black is black. There's no need to blend it because it's gonna match perfect. That's the way black is, and that's the one positive to painting a black truck. Otherwise, black is hard to keep clean. It shows every defect. We're gonna put our second coat on and we'll see how they look. With back, words are hard again. With black being black, there's no need to blend it out with a third coat to fade it. So we're probably only gonna put 2 on, but we'll see how it looks after that. So let's get to it. All right, we're back. We got our second coat of clear on. We got our second coat of color on, and we went ahead and we stayed down again below that line, and we just painted the entire rocker. And then we went up and we painted the entire hood, and everything looks good here. So we're gonna put our first coat of clear on, and in between every coat I've been using a tack rag. I just put it away. just to get all the extra dust and dirt and something that might have settled on it. Like you can see, I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but you can see all the black that settles just from sitting. So that's all I was doing, is taking all that off, and anything that, any dust or something that might have gotten on it too, takes all that off. So we're going to go put our first coat of clear on. All right, so I forgot to record me after doing the first coat of clear, but we've got 2 coats on now. So we're going to call this good. We're going to start with the hood. We got a little bit of dirt in it, but not bad. There's one little spot right there. And where you go? There's a little hair right there. Those are the 2 biggest things I've seen. But otherwise not bad at all, and I laid out pretty flat too. So I'm happy with that. And then over here, we got 2 coats down here. We got our rocker done. I just sprayed this probably about 5 minutes ago. You can look and see it's a little foggy in here. I'm gonna let this settle for another 10 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna undo my edges across here just to try and get rid of that hard line where it meets. And then this all looked good, and you can see our undercoat is pretty close. I think he'll be happy with it. And then another thing I seen was right here, there's a run. So we're not even gonna charge him extra for all the extra material he got right there. And then if we take, I don't wanna take this off yet, but I bet we can peek under it. You see we don't have a hard line. It kind of fades into it, and you see our scuff marks above it too. So I'm happy with how that looks too. And then where our section of our cab corner was, you can see our body lines all look good. You can't see anything where it was sectioned. Go across the back. You see that looks great. You see a line from our undercoat right there. But then the back of this all turned out good. And all the way down along our rocker, I haven't seen any runs yet. So we're good there. We're good down through here. I don't think we're gonna buff any of this. We're just gonna leave that. That's behind the door anyhow. Yeah, there's one hinge, and there's your striker, or the, not striker. Words are hard today again. But anyhow, this looks all nice and flat down across here. And then up under there, no runs. So we're good there. So I'll come back out later, unmask all that, and then I think we'll probably end up buffing the hood out. But we'll leave that alone over there. So I think that's about where this one ends. I don't think y'all want to see me buff out a hood, because that ain't no fun either. The only reason I haven't been recording paint and everything is I only got about an hour, it says an hour 45 left on this card. So otherwise I'd have painted it all, but that would have taken more time anyway. But now you just get to listen to me ramble on instead of actually watching me do stuff. So that's not cool, I guess. But I think that's how this one's going to end here, and then we'll come back later, and we had the parts come in the mail too. I set them over here. We got our tackle mounting plates, which are Dorman. I'm not the happiest with, but whatever. And then we got, oh, come on, take 2 hands. There we go. Then we got our brackets there that was actually rusted out here. And then we got our spare tire holder too. So we'll get them on probably tomorrow. So we'll see you when that happens. So that's where this one ends for now.